then I says, take him to the dentist.
No.
Take him to the intro.
Take him to the intro.
Take him to the chorus. Take him to the bridge. Take him back to the intro. What are you doing right now?
Doing the best thing.
I'm doing the best that I can.
I'm doing the best thing. You know
Doing
what
the
I'm
best thing.
Living my best life.
Yeah. Because I'm living my best life. That's fun. That's a good thing. That's all right. What's going on right now?
I'm just chilling, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all
You
right.
okay?
Yeah, there you go. Get up on that mic. Bring that a little bit closer to your face hole. That's good.
Okay. Getting in.
Yeah, get in. Get comfortable. Get ready.
Settled.
Yeah. And we can even probably bump up our inputs a little bit there. Give us a little bit more presence to ourselves. Is that good for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Sounds fine. Sounds good. We're being very, very noble today. Very quiet. Very reserved.
Bringing it in. It's nice and slow.
Because we have some very special announcements for everyone.
Once I get this up, you can.
Yeah. Do you know how to work this?
I'm trying. I'm living my best life.
All right. Well,
Take
Toby's
that.
doing this. Welcome to the 19th episode. 19th. I think it's the 19th.
Okay.
I think it's episode 19. Episode 19 of A Drink and a Joint. We're almost at 20. Next week it'll be 20. The flirty 20s.
The flirty 20s.
We're gonna start wearing mini skirts, Toby. There it is.
Mini Dave.
Living our best life.
Living my best life. That's what it should say.
Yeah. So today, fuck, I don't know what this weed is.
Oh, you don't know?
Quick, make up a name.
Oh, Stank
Yeah.
Master.
Stank Master.
Master Flex.
Stank Master Flex
Jones
Kush.
Jr.
Okay. Stank Master Flex Jones Jr. Kush is what we're smoking.
It is good, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. And
I
what
thought
are
it
we
was still
drinking?
I thought it was still some diesel.
What are we drinking, Toby?
We got some Heinies over here.
May
Some
I have
Heinekens.
one, please? He has not
I'll
given
load
me
you up.
one yet, which I find very fucking rude. So he's going to be getting shade the entire episode for this.
You already throwing shade.
For this fucking transgression. For this aggression will not stand. Thank you.
Man.
Thank you. Thank you for the Heine. Is it a twist?
No. Don't try to do that. It's from Holland,
I
bro.
ripped my hand open.
Only domestic beers are twist off. Because the bumpy C's
The more you know.
will make them explode if they're twist off.
The bumpy, because they still send beer
And
in
planes.
barrels
Yeah.
by boat.
Basically. They do send them ships full and stuff, but they just have to go through a lot
full
more
of Heineken coming in with your name on it.
Get a shipload.
Okay, well.
Is that where shitload came from?
Yeah, bro.
They just changed the letter. Fine.
Yeah, they just changed one over.
I guess that's okay. Well, today we've got a very off-base topic.
Yeah.
We're doing some entertainment. So this one's diagnosing sitcoms.
Yeah, for
So we
sure.
Go through a list of some of our favorite sitcoms and try to figure out what psychological disorders all of the characters have.
Yeah, and
some-
if not, we're going to project them onto them and
Yeah.
say that that's it.
and possibly some conspiracy theories about a few sitcoms that we enjoy. Yo, Google look good at it.
Thanks,
man.
bro.
I got a chilada.
So so if you've never seen A Drink and a Joint before or listened to us, because we are on YouTube and on the podcast app on your phones. I don't know how to get us onto Google Play yet, so I should probably figure out how to do that because we're kind of losing half of a demographic that way. But I will try to get us on there. But we do a little bit of news first, and then we drop into a topic of sorts. Sometimes we won't know what the topic is from the other person. We used to switch off every week, but we're just
Do 20 questions.
yeah. We do 20 questions sometimes to figure it out. But this week for news, I wanted to talk a little bit about Venom. Just came out, and it has not fared very well so far. It's only been a couple of days, I think.
Yeah.
But already people are being like
Putting it down. Really?
Yeah.
So it's Spider-Man's not even in it, right?
I don't think so, but it's like
is it more backstory, and then at the end you see him in
but I don't even know if
something?
they're even able to do that, because that then brings Venom into that allows Sony to play in Marvel's sandbox.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Okay, because Sony still owns Spider-Man.
Just
Spider-Man, but all the characters connected to Spider-Man basically they own as well. So they own Venom, they own Black Cat, they own Silver Sable, they own Carnage, they own all of the Spider-Man bad guys.
Yeah.
And
well, damn.
So what they tried to do,
the rights to the story, then basically, right?
Yeah,
the image
they
and
basically
the story.
loaned Spider-Man back to Marvel to do that. But now that Marvel has acquired all the Fox properties, there's only going to be one Marvel now. So I don't know how they're going to continue forward with Sony, if they're just going to absorb this into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't know if this deserves that. I haven't seen it yet, but
I love Venom as a character. He was one of my favorites.
Right,
sure.
but Venom came about from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, so there was this whole... So in, like, I think it was the early 80s, there was, like, this thing called Secret Wars. Maybe it was the late 70s. It was, so this company, this toy company had acquired the rights to Marvel characters and so Marvel decided to do a comic book promoting these toys, or like to go along with the toys. And so Secret Wars came out of it, and in that, Spider-Man, since he's on all the Marvel heroes get taken to basically like a gladiator planet and are forced to fight each other. And so somebody gives Spider-Man the symbiote to be like a more powerful suit, and it's the black suit that is iconic, and he brings
Black
it back
Spider-Man suit?
Yes, it was the symbiote. Like the Venom symbiote. So this alien woman gave it to Spider-Man. He wears it, and then like he brings it back to Earth and wears it for a time, but then it starts to turn him bad.
Yeah.
And then he like rips it off and gets rid of it, and then that's when it finds Eddie Brock, and then that's when it turns into Venom.
Okay.
So without Venom,
So
there
it's
is
the
no
spider
Spider-Man.
suit with Venom
or there
mask?
is no there's no Venom without Spider-Man. Yeah.
Huh.
So, this isn't doing that.
Yeah, this is maybe an in-between. This is just... Spider-Man's right behind the camera. You just can't see him most of the time.
Well, in this movie, they crash, and it seems like the whole time this... there's like an Indian Elon Musk kind of guy who's trying to super genius, trying to figure out how to make people live in space.
Yeah.
And he finds these symbiotes that have crash landed on Earth, and he decides to put them on people. And so they can become
Why don't you just keep them in your
superhumans.
basement and wear them yourself?
Yeah, why don't you just wear them yourself in your fun alone times and wear your high heels and be a Venom?
Yeah. Bring some friends over, get into some crazy shit.
Yeah. And in that, though, I just don't know what their end game is with it, because like they could have been more patient with it. Because like really, I want Tom Hardy to be Wolverine. He'd be the best new Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like straight up, he's like perfect to play Wolverine, but they've already fucked it up, because if they're bringing everything into the MCU, if everything's going to be one Marvel now, you can't have somebody playing Venom and Wolverine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's already been Bane.
Damn. Yeah. You gotta mix up your actors there.
Right.
If you're gonna have continuity.
I just don't think that he was he's good for it, but I just don't think he was the best choice for it, when he could have definitely pulled off Wolverine a lot better. There's a lot more nuance to being Wolverine than I think being Venom.
I think of a crackhead getting a job as an actor. Man, I'm good for it. Yeah. No, I can play Venom.
Yeah, let me in. But yeah, already it only has a 31% fresh score on Rotten Tomatoes. And a 35% on Metacritic, but it's got a 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb, which is strange.
I'm the one who tends to never hate these movies. There's so much money and stuff put into them, and I love the characters, and I tend to always like them. And then I'll talk to you, and you're like, "That was shit."
Well, how do you feel about there not being a white spider on his chest? He doesn't have the white spider.
And that it's the very same suit, or it's another one that's landed. Now, could that be?
Oh no! Venom is that black suit.
Yeah,
he always was.
But that was a side. You said that was a comic book not made by them, so
No, it was a comic book made by Marvel. That ended up becoming canon. That's where Venom came from.
Okay. I thought you meant the toy company.
No, the toy company, that, like, I think the comics ended up, the toys were very popular, but I think the comics ended up being a little bit more popular than the toys.
Yeah. What I was going to say is they could just write it in that it was one of those fallen ones that he handed out.
Yeah.
And just one of the guys went bad. That would make a lot more sense. That the suit's completely different.
Yeah. I just like...
And is the mask attached? Did he buy the mask later? Where'd that tongue come from?
It's not a mask. It's like a living organism.
The suit is.
Yeah, Venom is like, it's a symbiote. He's like a living black goo organism that's kind of like a suck. He's kind of like a succubus.
Yeah. All those teeth.
But symbiote even implies like a symbiotic relationship. Like it's like one helps the other.
Yeah.
Like, Eddie Brock keeps him alive, so Venom makes him super strong and allows him to get his aggressions out and fucking bite people's heads off. Oof. But that's what I got for news. I just wanted to vent about Venom for a minute.
Yeah.
Because that shit like kind of grinds my gears a little bit. Because I wish that they would just be a little bit more patient. Because Sony has fucked up Spider-Man a lot. Like, so first they did the Tobey Maguire movies, which are fine, but they're super tongue-in-cheek and still not quite what anybody really wanted out of Spider-Man movies.
I still like the Donald Glover idea
of him being Miles Morales.
Yeah, possibly. I'd say Spider-Man though.
Well, no, there is a black Spider-Man.
Yeah,
named Miles Morales.
Oh, okay,
and he's like he's super popular now.
Because people were arguing about making him black, but
have you seen the Into the Spider-Verse trailers yet?
No.
The new cartoon one that's coming out. It's going to be really good, and it focuses on him.
Okay.
On Miles Morales. But Donald Glover, did you see Homecoming?
No.
Okay, so Donald Glover's in it. He's playing the Prowler.
Okay.
Which is that Spider-Man's uncle.
Yeah. Weird.
So in a roundabout, because the internet was all up in arms trying to get him to play Miles Morales, that particular Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's who they were trying to get him to play, and he wanted to, but they were like, "You can play the Prowler.
Yeah,
you can play his uncle."
Damn. I got a small piece of news too today.
Okay.
Fucking Banksy, right?
Okay.
So that shit is amazing. So today it came out. One of his pieces sold as a girl holding balloon. It was just like girl holding a balloon heart, and he framed it in this nice big frame and sold it. And just moments after it was sold for $1.4 billion, it shreds itself. A million. Okay, sorry, I said billion.
That's so much
that's
money.
A lot of money, Toby. No, well, 1.4 million still. Come on,
that's still a lot of fucking money.
Art game
that's
right
a
there.
Fortune.
Yeah. So the moments after that, he set some trigger off, and there's a shredder built into the bottom of the frame. And a slit built into the bottom of the frame, so it falls out of the frame and just shreds. And everyone's like, "What?" Like, a lot of people thought it was funny because they're like, "We got Banksy" or whatever.
Yeah.
But I still see it as like him kind of making a joke of like,
how queer that he would do that.
Yeah, he'd be like, you paid over $1 million for trash.
Yeah,
basically, it's like all I did was splat on this. Like he uses a lot of stencils and stuff, and I think he's just kind of proving a point of like what people will pay for absolutely nothing, just for the name. And just a big joke, huge prank in the art world today.
Yeah, but he still keeps that money. Do you think that they can like...
I don't know if... Well... Yeah, see, how do they do the money exchange and get it to him? Because he's anonymous, and someone has to know.
There's someone there that gets it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been wired. Hit the button.
That's what I was thinking.
It's either there or someone was there that Toby just sold. So I don't know.
And you'd have to think that he would wait for it to clear into his account before he'd shred.
Yeah, maybe.
But it was in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah,
there's like video footage of it. Oh man,
it's pretty funny.
Dude, I'd love to see the person's face who bought it.
Yeah. What the fuck? I'd still keep it. Now it's even
Take
worth
it back
more.
Together, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, I think it's worth more because you still have the frame and all the pieces, and it's like
that was a nice frame. I'm gonna keep that frame.
Well, you were a part of the biggest prank ever, so it's like I guess it's still worth 1.4.
Just keep it all hermetically sealed in its own like box, just like as it was then. Just build a glass case around it and move it from there, and then keep that as a piece of art.
Very haunting
because sell it for even more money.
Yeah. But yeah, as the piece that was the prank, absolutely. But no, it was very haunting because everyone was sitting around, it's like click, 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 beep, It's like it has a little noise in it, and you hear it turning on and going. It's like it just seemed like a movie, like an Ocean's 11 style.
But there's no heist.
Yeah,
Only.
Well, he heisted
only
the money
scam.
out.
Yeah,
scam. But I thought that shit was interesting. I like Banksy. I'm gonna go ahead and spark our first joint here.
Yeah, we're actually smoking a joint today.
Yeah, it's in the name.
It is. We haven't done that in a while. Hey, let's cheers. You wanna bump it? Beep. See, I think you do it unironically and not even on purpose. You just do that.
Yeah, I think so.
I have to do it on purpose. I have to make myself go.
I'm just really enjoying it.
Toby just relishes in everything he drinks and eats too.
Continental breakfast. The Danish, clearly from Brussels.
So good. So good. That's also one of my favorite things about the Raimi Spider-Man movies is James Franco. He went insane during those movies because like his character completely changes. Because at first he's like this kind of dumb kid who Peter was helping through school, and then all of a sudden in the second one, he's like funding research projects, and like it's like what? Where did that come from? And then by the third one, he's like batshit crazy. Like there's the whole
because he's
the
like
pie
in love
eating
with
scene,
Mary Jane or something.
but he's not even really
something like and jealous of him. And
he knows he's Spider-Man, so he's trying to take him out. And he makes Mary Jane break up with him. But that whole scene's fucked up because they meet on a bridge. And Mary Jane's like, I just can't be with you anymore, okay? And he's like, please don't do this. But it's one of those things where it's like, he's not watching them right now. She could just say, hey, Harry's being a dick. Go beat him up.
Yeah.
She didn't have to do any of that. But then there's the whole pie scene. Where like they're in this diner and he's like eating this piece of pie and he's like, this is so good, and it's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And then Peter's across the street and a bus flies by and then all of a sudden Harry's gone. But it's like he's not a super villain. He doesn't have any crazy superpowers, so he's on the floor in there scuttling around. It's just that third one was just so silly. It was because Raimi didn't want to put Venom in it. Yeah. But Avi Arad, the guy who was running like the film division at Marvel at the time, he insisted that they put Venom in, but he had already written it for just the Green Goblin and Sandman. So I think the whole emo Peter Parker thing was like fuck you to Avi Arad.
Emo Peter Parker.
You don't remember that? The walking down the street, gunning, and the dance.
It's like the dance fight in the warehouse.
Yeah, you just gotta dance fight out all your rage.
Push it to the limit.
Walk along the road,
dude. Is it walk along the razor's edge?
Yeah, probably.
I like that. But still, you gotta be bad.
He's such a D-bag. D-bag. Ford. Yeah. I think I'm a sofa.
I watched that earlier today.
It's such a good. I know it's right behind you.
Okay.
But that's probably my favorite one. All right, no dead air. Here we go. So I've been listening to a podcast of this guy that's watching Scooby-Doo every day for 30 days, all through Halloween. It's Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, by the way. And I really like this guy. It's the guy's Scott Nicewander, the guy who does Nerd Sync on YouTube. And he's really giving it his all. But I tried to watch that movie last night to try to like be where he's at, because I want to listen to it every day because I like listening to podcasts. And I just like, I mean,
he's always talking about that one movie every day for a month.
I feel like it's gonna drive him crazy. I feel kind of bad for him because I couldn't even get through the movie. He's watching it every day for 31 days, and like I couldn't get through it last night. I fell asleep twice, and then I woke up to turn it off.
Yeah. I tried.
I did try. It was just, it's real bad. And Scott Nicewander, if you're watching this, buddy, I'll be on the podcast. We'll be on it with you. We'll come and do it one of these days in October here. But holy fuck, man, I just couldn't quite get through it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So getting to our topics. Let's see.
Yes, sir. Who do we have first? Who are we gonna analyze? I hope there's no nudes.
Just real quick. Alright, so we got FRIENDS. We got some Friends topics.
Yeah, so did you ever watch this show?
Yes.
Yeah, you watched it a lot?
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like my family watched it.
Could you relate?
What?
You really related to Friends when you were
I
a
like
child.
Joey.
Yeah, of course, because he's the most childlike.
Yeah.
I would think that would make the most sense if you were a kid. Because I think, I always thought Ross and Chandler were boring.
Yeah.
And Joey was the funny one because he was just like making fart jokes
goofy.
and being an actor. Maybe Joey's why I'm an actor. I don't want to go that far with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to think
just want
that's
to be
it.
Joey. I wonder about those guys. I wonder about so let's start picking their brains here. Let's start from left to right. So
Chandler.
We got Chandler. Let's see. He's very meticulous. I already know Monica's right. She's obsessive compulsive.
Okay.
That is her thing.
But she also had like an issue with her weight, right? She was also a fatso. Oh, we're not supposed to say things like that. No, you should totally be proud of your body, but take care of yourself.
No, that was a running joke in it, though. Yeah, she's big when she's young.
Also, I heard, a lot of the episodes of this show really don't hold up anymore because of what was okay to say and do in the mid-90s as opposed to now. Yeah, is very different.
Just so subtly, everything seems subtly sexist and
oh, for sure, and just kind of intolerant because there was the whole thing of I think it was Ross didn't want his son to have a male nanny.
Oh yeah,
that was messed up.
It's just weird. He's too sensitive.
And and wasn't his ex-wife? Didn't she turn into a lesbian?
Yeah,
and that was a thing the whole time.
It was the show showed that it was cool with it, but it was a thing. Yeah, it wasn't normal. Yeah, but yeah, so Monica definitely would be the OCD, and with weight problems. Yeah, but the OCD is what drives her psychological.
Get your thyroid checked, girl.
Just her.
That's an eating disorder. That's another.
Yeah, I guess it was an eating disorder because she was sad when she was young,
and they made it a joke.
Yeah, don't joke about eating disorders.
But we're gonna be joking about it because that's kind of what this is about right now. So
let's see. Joey's a simpleton. He's the
very
fool. Simple-minded man. So, very vain. No,
I'm sure he's a sex addict.
Okay, see that may be it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now the thing about it, it's they try to hook him up with girls so many times that are really nice, and he just can't settle down. It's because he just needs to keep fucking because he has an ego. Yeah. Shot. It's that's why he's an actor. And it's why he needs to be praised.
Is he an ego and sex addict?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say somewhere around there. Just thriving off of attention, Yeah,
for sure. But I think they're all like that, though. There's something wrong
they're
with
white people in New York.
Yeah, exactly. There's something wrong with you if you are so privileged and so white that you have your own reserved half of a cafe.
Oh, yeah, they always sit there.
And it has a reserved sign on the table.
Oh, okay. I don't know that. Yeah. That is bad. Isn't that this is the Friends area. Yeah. Fuck you. There was one episode where someone sat in their thing and they were bullies. Yeah. And they had to stand up to them.
Fucked up.
It's you don't own this coffee shop. Now I feel good. Now I feel like the bullies were the good guys. You can't just preserve this every day. Yeah. This counts for everybody, bro.
You literally cannot. This is a public place.
And no one ever just sat down in the other chair there, and they're excuse you. It's just Friends.
I'm just trying to have my scone and my coffee. Everything else is full.
Get the fuck out of here!
The fuck are you think you're doing?
See, Chan has a lot of tics like that too. I wouldn't call him OCD.
Anal retentive.
But he has some, just some little quirks and tics, and he's very, borderline schizophrenic acting, but not with multi-personality disorders.
You don't think so? Like, maybe there is something there.
Possibly.
Maybe there's something.
He does
to
have a lot of
Toby.
characters and voices and things like that he plays.
Okay.
And he, he makes jokes to hide, like, because he's like, he grew up and his dad was gay and was a dancer.
Okay.
And his mom was a promiscuous
a
lady.
Yeah.
That wrote erotic novels and stuff. So he just had a weird sexual childhood.
Okay.
His mom was like had her tits out, and his dad had his tits out.
Yeah.
It was just. So
is that why he's so square? That's why he's so square,
yeah,
right? That's why
he had to straighten up.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's something there too. Just about.
So maybe some Oedipal issues.
Yeah, with his mom.
Yeah.
Because he always gets grossed out by his mom, and there's something weird.
Does that mean that because he did?
He grew up. All his friends thought she was hot, probably. Yeah. And it's like he's like stop.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. So maybe little Epis Rex in there, and a little anal retentive, but not quite OCD. Not the organization as much.
Okay. So we need to make a decision. So are we going to say that he's got an Oedipal complex, and maybe with a side of like maybe even some repressed, maybe even sexuality?
Memories. See, that's PTSD basically. Like, if the way he describes it, not literally growing up like that, but the way he's dealing with it, and that's why he's funny. That's why he tries to joke everything off.
All right, now we've got Rachel, who doesn't even like her and Phoebe don't look like they're drinking.
Yeah,
and neither does Chandler.
It's just sitting in his lip.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. Nick, man, he's sucking some shit down. So, they all are putting some pressure on there. I see you sucking.
All right, so Rachel.
Let's see, Rachel. So overprivileged. That's where it starts.
Is she vain?
Yeah.
Is she really into?
She's very, very vain. She's into fashion.
Okay.
Grew up rich. Her parents are rich and paid for her whole life until she didn't get married, and then she was on her own. And it was like, I'm on my own in New York. It's like you have. You
should not be happy about that.
Yeah, you have a job, a place to stay. It's like, what are you bitching about?
Well, didn't she jump around a bunch of jobs? Wasn't she like working at the cafe at a certain point and like trying to make it work?
Trying to make it work in fashion.
Yeah.
To work
but
somewhere.
Okay, so what were her issues?
Let's see. Something stemming off of vanity. Because she just needed to be the pretty... she was a cheerleader in high school, so it was like that...
So definitely an attention seeker.
Yeah.
Wanting praise.
Was very privileged. She's the most out of all of them, it seems like.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, just the attitude. She's big girl or little girl in a big city. Big girl in a little city.
Big girl in a little city. Streets are a little too narrow.
Little shit. I like that country tune. Yeah, so that hers is based around vanity, I'd say.
Right. So she's vain and maybe has a little bit of like
daddy issues like hell. That's why she seeks men out so much, right? It's like,
was she a little bit of a hoe?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's the hoe.
They always talk about her in high school about kind of being a slut.
All right.
And her dad is just really harsh and hard to deal with, so it's like she always, was seeking his approval. So there's some of that too. Classic cheerleader.
Yeah. Okay, so she's got a little bit of the old cheerleader complex.
Yeah.
Okay,
See,
so
Phoebe actually she's the hippie of the group, right? It's like for what
Yeah.
Middle class white people in New York can be as far as they can go hippie.
Yeah.
But she grew up on the streets, it's like was robbing people and like doing drugs and shit. And
see,
like,
you know a lot more about Friends than I
ever
dude.
Have. I grew up watching all but yeah, so she has a little bit of that that seems like some post-traumatic stress as well. Her mom killed herself.
We're talking about Phoebe now.
Yeah.
So we have not gone with your decided method of going down the line.
We jumped around. We did.
Okay. No, we haven't.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so we did Monica, we did Joey, we did Chandler, we did Rachel.
So Ross.
We need to do Ross.
But anyway, so Phoebe.
Phoebes.
Let's see.
Phoebes.
Yeah, so she's got some
She carried her brother's children.
Yeah, she carried her brother's children. Their mom died, killed herself, and then she grew up on the street. So it's like she has some trauma for sure.
Okay.
That she deals with. I think it's more that.
What does that turn into? Is she schizophrenic?
Possibly. Is she
borderline schizophrenic?
On one episode, she thought her mom was in a cat. You know, but that kind of played on the hippie thing that she believed in
reincarnation.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Maybe she's just like getting high.
Yeah,
Phoebes, she's cool.
You're cool. Phoebe.
Yeah, Phoebes wins.
You're the only one.
Phoebe
like,
is the glue.
She wasn't a piece of shit though. She was one of the only ones that like she had a hard life, worked her way up, and now she's in Middle America.
Yeah, right. She don't fuck around. Phoebes doesn't fuck around. Yeah.
So she's our real human out of the group.
And so we've got Ross.
Such a dork.
Yeah, what a loser. He turned his wife into a lesbian.
Yeah.
Just kidding. She was probably already a lesbian, and she thought he was a woman as well.
Yeah, he does. He's a pretty looking lesbian.
Yeah, he looks like Ellen with black hair.
A little bit tall Ellen.
Yeah, David Schwimmer, you look like Ellen with black hair.
Oh man. So let's see. What did Ross? So he's a paleontologist.
Oh God.
So he's
just unpack all that. So he's obsessed with the past. Can't seem to get over the past, and he actually has a lot of issues surrounding like sexuality.
He was in love with Rachel when he was young.
Right.
I never got to get her, so he had kind of that.
So he sees women as objects. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Sees women as something to obtain.
Yeah. Okay.
A
little bit of womanizer deep down. He tries to be sweet, but his morals aren't right.
Right. Yeah, your heart's not in the right place. Ross, you're the worst.
Again, he's one of the less crazy of them, I'd say.
Yeah, you think he's more sane than definitely than Joey.
Quirks.
For sure. Again, the whole thing of like thinking it's weird that you don't want your son to have a male nanny. Yeah. That's super weird. Wouldn't you want there to be like
a little bit of
a masculine role in your kid's life if you're not going to be there, you piece of shit dad?
Yeah. That too.
Yeah, if you don't want your kid to have a nanny, maybe be there. So
yeah, Ross. Calling you out, Ross.
All right, so we're done with Friends.
Do we
have any like theories?
No.
About Friends.
That's something. Should we come back to the theories? Should we run back through them with the theories, or do them now?
I mean, I can.
Yeah, see if you. I remember you telling me one that involved two of our sitcoms.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just that was just one of those shows when I was a kid. I guess it wasn't too bad, and you could watch it around your parents, so they always put it on. Eating off the floor.
There is a theory that.
The
whole this is good. The whole of Friends is Phoebe's meth fantasy. And this comes from enemy.com. Let's see. Let's see. The theory was written by a person and put up on Twitter. I think it's I'd have ended Friends by revealing it was all the meth-addled fantasy of a homeless Phoebe as she stared through the window of Central Perk. Every kooky aside, every episode she made everything about her, every instance of how much of an outsider she was.
She's an attention. See, there is a little bit of that because she made herself seem like the broken one.
Yeah. Well, didn't they all do that? They're all fucked.
They're all sociopaths.
And they all stick around to each other because they all enable that behavior in each other.
This is just a terrible group of friends.
We've cracked it. It all makes sense. All 10 seasons were merely her fevered imagination, projecting herself into the lives of the other 5. All she ever wanted was friends.
Yeah.
The final scene would be Phoebe walking away from Central Perk with the Ross, Rachel, Joey, Chandler, and Monica characters making a reference to the crazy lady who always stares at us.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's what you're talking about, how Gunther always reserved the Central Park table For Rachel's... Okay, now it makes sense. Because he was in love with Rachel. So it weren't just privilege. He did it to make her happy. Yeah.
Let's see. That's that one.
You just say that one?
Not yet.
Oh,
Monica only developed OCD after losing weight.
Yeah, because her eating disorder was her venting, I guess, was before.
Ooh, Ross lost custody of Ben's because he was a bad father. I knew it. Let's see.
What's that one say?
Yeah. In 2015, a blogger listed all the crazy things Ross had done. In one episode, he asked a self-defense instructor to help him scare women he's planning to attack. In another, he tries to kiss his first cousin. He sleeps with his students. He has anger issues, as with the sandwich. He's homophobic towards Carol and Susan.
Yeah. Dude, he's fucked now. I'm realizing.
Yeah. But perhaps, this theorist says, we shouldn't be surprised that his son Ben disappears after season 8's 12th episode, never to be seen again. Even after Ross and Rachel have a baby together, as far as we know, Ben has never met his half-sister Emma. It's suggested that Carol just couldn't bear having him around anymore and cut Ross out of their lives.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Dude, I didn't think about that, man. Anger issues. Oh, yeah, and he slept with his student. Like, he's a pretty fucked up dude. Now I forget about that. Damn.
Fuck you, Ross! You're the worst!
Yeah, they're all pretty shitty.
Yep. Joey and Phoebe were having casual sex the entire time.
They do always talk about each other, like, kind of like, yeah, baby. It's, they have a little sexual interplay going on. I believe that.
Rachel once hooked up with Ben from Parks and Rec.
What?
Yeah. Ben Wyatt is a character in Parks and Recreation who goes to marry Amy Poehler's Leslie Knope. Ben Wyatt is also the name of a throwaway character listed by Monica as an example of someone Rachel slept with on their first date. But are they the same person?
Okay.
Well, it's not that likely that the PNR creators chose to name Ben after an unseen character from Friends, but Redditors have worked out the age-wise Rachel and Ben could have been a thing. At the time would have been 29 and he would have been 26. So believe what you want.
Where's Rachel has a foot fetish?
So yeah, Rachel has a foot fetish. Redditor Darth McCree has noticed that Rachel mentions feet a lot, sometimes when talking about sex. In season 4, Monica is teaching Chandler about erogenous zones, and Rachel says, "Ooh, toes." When they give her a weird look, she adds, "For some people." In season 1, she told Ross she wants someone who could be your best friend but can also make your toes curl. The theorist also notes that she tries to paint Ross's toenails in season 3 and recalls him letting her do it to him before. Clearly, writes Darth McCree, Rachel associates feet, toes with sex and love. Okay. Rachel imagined the entire series. Let's see. Rachel Green had a dream on the eve of her wedding day. She didn't want to marry Barry, so she had a major anxiety dream. She created a fantasy in her mind and the 5 other friends' characters as a way to escape her trapped future life, and also the trauma of her getting married the next day. This cover is her partially waking up from that dream at 5 a.m. on the morning of her wedding day. The whole entire series was her anxiety dream. I don't
The cover
like
is her waking up?
That wasn't a very strong end. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. They're all crazy. I like some of those theories, though.
Yeah. Phoebe's meth fucking fantasy.
Yeah, that's fun. All right, so
she's still homeless.
Moving on, next show.
Window. All right, what we got?
Do the next show.
Give me a drum roll. Seinfeld.
We can't do the real one.
Bad.
Well, yeah.
I wish. Sorry. Sorry for wasting your time, man. I still remember the melodies.
Okay.
Anyway,
well,
Seinfeld is one of my goddamn favorite shows ever.
You've watched it so much and so
It is,
long.
too, and it's.
I know I've seen every
borderline
episode like 3 times, but I know you've seen every episode.
hundreds.
Yeah.
No way, it's not. I don't know.
That's like your white noise.
It's like a sleeping pill.
Yeah.
but I still watch it. I don't know. It's just like this droning. Boom, boom, boom. It's like I'm just going insane to Seinfeld. It feels like, goddamn.
Eyes wide Seinfeld.
Oh shit.
Is Jerry Seinfeld's eyes under that mask?
Yeah. Oh, it just starts there. What the fuck? Finish the song. And there was like one season where it's like, yeah. Like that's some extra little vocals in it.
Larry David was like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
You
take
guys
that
don't get-
shit out.
Just I need my boom, da boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. I just like the bass.
They need. They like that. Boom, 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 boom.
You got some ground up already?
I maybe have a little bit. Okay, so we're trying to break down their psychoses.
Okay.
Kramer is fucking
Whoa.
insane.
Yeah, where
we're
do you
gonna
start
start
with
out
Kramer?
with Kramer. Let me see if anyone's even done like a psychological profile on him. I know that's what we're kind of supposed to be doing, but we have the internet.
I tried to look up some people done it. I couldn't find any, but Kramer, Kramer is a deep box of matches. Let's see. Started out with his tics, right? Like he seems like a drug addict, possibly. I know in real life he was doing cocaine, but in the show he still seems like he's always coming back from doing a line, shaking, bouncing in the room. I also have a theory that maybe he's schizophrenic.
Right.
Because of one, do you know Bob Sacramento? Is that what it is? Is that his name? I forget.
I think so.
I think that's his name. It's Kramer's friend that he brings up a lot that you never meet. There's quite a few people that he mentions throughout the season too that you never run into, and they ask him things like, "Why we never get to see any of your friends, Kramer?" And he's always like, "Well, they want to know why they never meet you." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's super haunting, kind of. It's like those could have just been people in his head. And Seinfeld is his only real friend that will still talk to him because he sees him as amusing. And because he's quite a burden, for one. He eats all his food and, like,
Kramer?
always, he cockblocks him and just...
But do you think maybe that Kramer is like an exaggeration of Jerry?
Of Jerry's mind, he puts
Yeah.
that part out into another being. Possibly. I still feel like Kramer is an original character somehow, just because he's...
Or is he the one imagining everyone?
Possibly. But still, I feel like Seinfeld would be his neighbor, and then all of
Yeah.
Kramer's friends that he talks about aren't real.
Okay.
And those live in his head, and he goes over to Jerry like,
Yeah.
I just saw these, and he probably just read something in the newspaper,
Bob
saw something on
Sacramento.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's calling it this name. I don't know. I could see him being schizophrenic, though, a little bit. And it might explain some of the twitches and, things like that. It also would explain why there's very few episodes with Kramer outside of the building and or the coffee shop. So it's like maybe Jerry takes him to the coffee shop,
Yeah.
like to be nice.
Come on, Cosmo.
Yeah, we can get out of the house, but not too far. Like, what are you doing? He's always checking on Kramer too.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we got to call, make sure he's okay.
I'm not
And
a
like,
pimp.
yeah. There's a lot of times yeah, see, that's like, he's a little wrong. You knew what this looked like.
Yeah.
But yes, maybe Jerry's his caregiver.
Maybe.
Something.
Yeah, maybe Jerry's his nurse. Maybe they're all nurses to him.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in a psych ward and
And he's
imagining
hearing them
everything.
Talk about conversations and stuff.
I have a theory. They're all Jewish.
Yeah.
Ciao.
But again, they're not. So,
I understand that, but I feel like that's what it started
Kramer,
out
yeah.
as. Like,
Kramer's
that was
not.
what it was
It
supposed
says-
to be.
in the episode where he does the
What
Jewish
season
potluck.
was
I don't remember
season
the
was
episode of season thing, but
I
it's when he
feel
did
like
the
in
Jewish
the
potluck
first season
thing.
they're all supposed to be Jewish.
And he asked him,
I'm
he's like,
gritting
"Why are
my
you doing
teeth
that? You're
right
not
now."
Jewish." And he was like, "I know. I just want to make some money or some shit like that." So anyway,
Yeah.
So he's not. Elaine is the shiksa.
So it's just him and George.
Yeah, maybe George. Remember, because George's dad is from Italy. He was the brother there was a brother that stayed in Italy.
Yes, but I'm
Costanza,
fairly certain
that his mom is supposed to be Jewish.
No, I'm fairly certain that Jerry Stiller is very Jewish.
Oh, you mean, yeah.
I'm very certain.
But, I mean, they're Italian Jews. That's true. It's like, but it's mainly Catholicism, I think. So, I kind of thought he was Catholic. You know, I've always had a suspicion because he's not. I don't know. They don't talk about the same things. Like, they use some of the same. Now, all of their phrasing is very has a lot of Jewish phrases.
Because Larry David wrote it.
Yeah.
Larry David and Seinfeld.
I like shiksa. That was one of my favorites.
That's Yiddish, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked that. When I thought Yiddish was like gibberish, but it's not.
No.
I didn't know what it meant when I was a kid.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we have? So we've got Kramer. Cremo. He's insane.
Possibly schizophrenic is what I'm settling on him. I'm gonna
George, definitely.
Dude, George, I'm gonna upgrade him to psychopath.
Well, he's a hypochondriac. He's
paranoid schizophrenic. Like, he makes all these things up in his head that people are doing to him. That's exactly what a paranoid schizophrenic does. Is they imagine the whole world's against him. He's trying to get me, and no one's working against him like
not
that.
At all.
He's just been unlucky.
Yeah, and then you perpetually like self-deprecate and set yourself up to self-destruct.
Yeah. And why I would say he was a psychopath would be his wife Susan that he killed.
Yes.
So there's no remorse whatsoever.
He knowingly killed her.
There was absolutely not a moment to where you see a true sadness when he first hears she's dead, because he was trying to break up with her.
Right.
And so when he first hears she's dead, this smile, you know, and it's like he's happy. There's not even a moment. No. It's like, oh wait.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm out of it.
Yeah. It's straight to I'm out of it. A normal person that wanted out of it would be like, damn it. Oh shit, now I can get. There would be a second thought. You see what I'm saying? There was no first thought of like, I killed someone.
Nope.
It was, holy shit, I found a way out. Thank God.
Yeah.
And so that upgrades him past sociopath, because he's obviously very sociopathic. The way they try to manipulate women the whole show.
Yes.
That's like the whole point of the show is them dating and trying to trick women and sleeping with them and not getting in a relationship. And so yeah, that goes back to Jerry, right? Jerry's the sociopath, like up and down. Every woman that he's with, he finds a flaw in. Mm-hmm. It's always big nose, big hands, weird lips, you know, too curly hair. It's like every girl has this one little thing that he can't get past, which is also a little obsessive compulsive, right?
Correct.
Just focusing in on these the minutia. I just wanted to use that.
I just wanted to say that word today.
Yes, bye word. Thanks for all the fish. Now we're just doing quotes. But yeah, so I would say George full psychopath, Jerry sociopath, because he wouldn't harm anyone. I think that's the line.
Yeah.
If he would physically harm someone, it becomes psychopathic behavior.
Elaine.
So Elaine.
I think they all have like sex addiction issues. I think they all have like some some sexual distortion.
Yeah. None of them want to be tied down. They all fight that a lot, you know.
Right.
And they love to sleep around, love to manipulate people.
They love to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, which is a weird thing too. It's like they just like it so much even when they're not doing it. True. Yeah, the whole show is.
And this
about
is the '90s, bro.
Mm-hmm. It was. It's the '90s, bro. Grow up.
Yeah, it is. There's like,
I like that in the '90s, people used to say, "It's the '90s, get over it," and now we say, "It's 2018."
That's all we
specific
say
about the date, though. Now they used to say that, well, because it's the teens. We call it the teens.
It is 2018, bro.
Yeah, you know, that shit is done.
Yeah.
But they used to be like, "It's the '90s, man. Get out."
Yeah.
I don't know. That's nothing.
Yeah.
But
dude, in 1920 or 2020, we get to say the 20s.
Dude, I'm gonna be dancing. Singing through a tin can. be awesome.
Everybody's, oh shit, yeah. It's about to be the 20s, y'all. People are gonna think about us what we think about the 1920s.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed for us.
And 21.
I am embarrassed for us.
Yeah.
In 21.
You should. Yeah. Feel no shame, Dave, but there's always.
I'm not shameful. I'm embarrassed.
I just skipped that.
No, I am not ashamed of what I've done for me personally, but I am embarrassed.
Oh, this became real.
I am embarrassed
for
our moment in time for the people in the future.
Yeah. You should be ashamed.
And it also makes me wonder. It's like they were
little bit
singing
ashamed
into tin cans.
That's the best.
But now we're singing into like pretty decent microphones.
These are tin cans, basically.
Well, technically, yeah, it's fine. But we're also like doing this through this incredibly advanced piece of machinery.
Yeah.
Just think about and 100 years from now, they're gonna be fucking chicken driving at us as well.
Their mind's gonna be able to speak on this little thing that attaches to their temple.
Oh, podcasts are gonna be so crazy. Then it's just gonna be like
you can draw your imagination or something.
No, it's just gonna just scream the information in your head like podcast, and you're like, that was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. You feel? That one went right down your spine. That's the one I like.
God, I fucking love Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed.
Yeah, you can watch movies instantly. It's like Fringe season 6. I'm so confused. There's so much going on. You watch them go through so much in a moment.
Man, you live it.
You haven't been the same since you watched The Fringe.
Yeah. It goes so many places. There's alternate timelines and different futures, and why?
So what about Elaine then? I like to do like this. They had these trained pigeons to sit on there. It's like, don't shit on Jerry, or we all lose our jobs.
Yeah, he is a tyrant.
Let's see, Elaine. So again, all of these sitcom characters fit under sociopathic behavior. So that's something to
for
get
sure.
on
I'm pretty sure that's what you get.
Yeah, that's what's funny. I suppose someone that's selfish and uses other people. As long as you put a laugh track behind it, it's fucking hilarious. But so Elaine,
no, it's fine. You're supposed to laugh.
Mm-hmm. So Elaine, yeah, she's very manipulative. She uses men. Let's see. She has a very brash father as well, so we could bring in some of that same kind of Rachel thing.
Yeah.
Trying to please her father and just not finding a man strong enough as him, because he was like a war general or some shit, you know?
Oh.
Or no, he's a writer. He wrote books.
Shit.
He wrote books, but I feel like before that he was in the war. He just has that.
You into war? Thing. I'm into war. Is this one of mine? Yeah, I'll have it with the filter. Right now. Just lighting cigarettes, putting cigarettes down, picking another cigarettes up, lighting another cigarette.
Oh, it feels good to be a gangster. That's what I do, baby. Oh, no, wait. But she has the anger issues. I think that's going to play a lot in my decision making here.
Okay, so she's also got an anger issue.
Yeah, you know, every time she gets excited, she pushes them.
Oh, she does. And then Kramer, motherfucker. Have you seen some of those outtakes? He popped her in the face once.
Yeah. From doing what?
They were like in an outtake, and maybe she like did like the jokey shove thing, and he like popped her in the mouth.
Yeah. Right in the mouth. Damn, he's bad. He seems like a bad person.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah. Ugh. But
you
cracked me up. Piece of shit, you cracked me up. But anyway,
you're such a silly guy. But oh my god,
so,
you just hit that woman in the face.
And remember that one episode when she had the new friends, the new Jerry, and then it was like Bizarro World.
Yeah.
She pushed one of them, and he was like, oh! She like hurt him real bad. It's like he went to the hospital and shit. It's like, so she's actually pushing real hard. They're just used to her being violent.
Yeah.
You know, so that her anger problem definitely has something to do with it.
Of course. Of course it does.
Rips off stanzas This isn't real. Yeah, she's crazy. So maybe that might be borderline personality, or it may just be manic depressive. See, like it may just be heavily manic depressive because she can just be so calm,
right,
and then just snap.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
she did have a fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
So maybe that's hers. I'd say that's hers. We did good on those.
We're gonna congratulate ourselves a little bit, ladies and gentlemen.
That's on the goddamn back to everybody. Pats around. Barkeep, can we get a pat on the back? Shit.
Audience out there, give yourself a pat on the back. On us, please.
Right.
So the next one.
Oh, another one of my favorites. Yeah. that was some breakbeat drum roll. So yeah, another one of my favorites. I love all the pictures they've been taking.
Yeah,
they did all those haunted ones. And
I haven't seen those yet.
They did like some electro 80s ones. It's just funny. They have a lot of fun photo shoots. It looks like. There's the cat that was in. He's got the kitten mittens on. I didn't notice that.
Kitten mittens. Yeah.
Is your cat
too loud?
Damn, Dennis. Okay, so.
Damn, Dennis. Oh, God.
Start with the worst of them. So, again, I think
he's a psychopath.
Yeah, we have to upgrade him above sociopath.
Yeah, he's definitely just a straight
He's put people
psychopath.
in the path of harm before.
And
sure.
Definitely carries his tools, quote unquote.
Oh, yeah.
I need my tools.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely...
Yeah, he keeps zip ties back there and duct tape.
Yes.
I like to bind. I like to be bound. Shut the fuck up, dude.
You can't say those things out loud.
But yeah, okay. So what are some times that we can prove that he's actually Kaylee? You remember that's his actual wife, which I think is cool. Kaylee, but the girl he re-dentist. Yeah, there was a few times he would call and threaten her. He's like, "You're gonna die, bitch."
Yeah,
like,
for
like
sure.
That's borderline. That's past sociopathic behavior. It's like
that's definitely harassment.
Yeah, and so he would stalk these women. He would manipulate them. Like he tries to control his friends.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, just look at that face.
They basically all work for him.
That's crazy.
Somehow he ended up Like Charlie ended up losing all his shares because he traded them off
for sandwiches.
And see, because Dennis got some, I think he was the main shareholder, and so he kind of runs the place, you know. Because Mac, when he talks about his job description, he's like, "I'm the sheriff of Patty's," and he'll say shit like bodyguard. The sheriff of Patty's is the best. I love that. But so he knows that he's not the boss. Yeah. Still somewhere down and.
Well, he doesn't want to be.
Yeah. And then when Frank comes in, he's just the investor, kind of. Like, Dennis still runs the day-to-day operations. He's the one bitching at people when they're not working. And, like, no one else has ever done that. No one else has walked up and, like, do your job unless they're trying to push something on the other person. Yeah. You know? But, what are some other times Dennis... he stole that girl from the hippie guy, I remember. Yes.
He's done that.
Some underage stuff. They mention a lot about like.
And then there's the
what about those charges? And he's like, she was a year younger than me. It wasn't even anything. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then the librarian. Is that what you say? The librarian that molested him when he was a kid. So he's got some sex addict problems, some sociopathic behavior,
but he's
full psychopathic behavior. Yeah, he's. Pretty fucking crazy. A very interesting character. I love it.
That was full the reason, on all the time. Like especially on Down the Road. I love how they just ended up leaning into those defects. Yeah. And just like taking them to the max.
I thought it was cool. Like the Mac and Charlie kept their names, like close to their real names. Yeah. And Dennis, he said the reason that he wanted it to be different because it's Glenn. Yeah. He wanted it to be so different was to make a distinction between him and the character. Yeah. And that's something a fucking psychopath would say. He's like, I'm scared that I'll become Dennis if that's my, Glenn. He's like, because if he sings his own name, it's like I think
if I say my own name, then it's me. I'm not in anymore.
So that I don't know. That was funny. Let's see. Let's say Mac. So Mac was
Mac's power bottom.
Yeah. So he's got some problems because for most of the show he won't admit that he's gay.
Right. So he did finally come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
He finally came for good.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that that on top of, again, he has father issues. Is in jail most of his
daddy
life,
issues.
right?
And mommy issues.
Yeah, because his mom, they just won't tell him they love him. So he's desperately in need. And see, like, again, I think about that is because his dad was gay too. It never mentions that he's fully gay.
Right.
But he mentions before they went and killed someone that he was in his ass and then he was in mine and then they came on each other's chests. Just like they finished. And he's like, no, he was doing that to show power. And he's like, then why did he let the other guy do it? But okay, so that Country Mac is gay too, and it shows in the first episode Mac's cousin, another cousin, that's gay, and he's there the time when it's a gay bar, you know.
Okay.
So everyone you see in Mac's family, and as far as we know, his parents only fucked once or something. Like they hate each other.
And you'd think that his mom would maybe even be lesbian.
Possibly. So maybe that's the whole family. I don't know. But he had problems with that because of the religious stuff, right? I think he ran the religion when his dad was in jail. It was just kind of that kind of thing. Looked up to the pastor and shit like that. And
that's a whole other
yeah. Well, and he has body dysmorphia. I remember it mentions when they get analyzed. So a little bit of self-image issues as well as parental issues. They all, alcoholism. It's like the show. So that we don't even have to mention.
That there's a whole episode about them getting deathly ill from not drinking.
And then they drink. I feel a lot better. I don't think we were sick, bro. We're like, we're alcoholics. Like, what do you do with that? Like, just stuff it deep down. What can you do about anything, really? You know, we're young.
All right, so Deandra.
Let's see. Wait, Max. So it was
okay.
Body dysmorphia,
and he had a lot of like sexual repression. Until he came out.
So a lot of repression. Yeah. Okay.
Because that had a lot to do with his character before he came out,
and why he loved Dennis so much is like a kind of a father figure to him because he told him what to do. So maybe that's why he became submissive.
You made that very endearing, Toby. Good job.
Let's see what we got. Deandra?
Yeah.
Deandra Reynolds. Oh shit. So she's okay. So first off, sociopath. So she's up there with her brother.
She's an egomaniac, I think.
Okay. She wants to be in acting and was beaten. Told her whole life that she wasn't pretty enough or anything like that, which is, the recipe for the soup of crazy.
Yeah. So that would also lead to like maybe some body dysmorphia. Some image issues.
She stays so skinny.
Some self-worth issues for sure.
Yeah. Because of her brother. And everyone just tells her a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Her mom and mom
and all she ever really does is try.
Mm-hmm. She just gags because everyone's told her she's shitty. And they make fun of her. So she's a brood. She's brooding a lot. Let's see about harm that she's brought on anyone now. Well, she did plan to kill Dennis and Frank to get all of the money when her mom died. So that's the only time I can remember that she actually showed signs of actual harm being put on it. Every other time she's like trying to fuck with her friends, and she actually runs the crew more than Dennis, I think, in a lot of ways. Like, remember when she like sets him up with
a lot
Charlie's
of the time,
mom?
She's the voice of reason. A lot of the time.
Yeah. Like, why do you guys get so worked up about it?
She ends up going along with it. By no means is she anywhere above any of them.
Yeah.
She gets down in the gutter with them.
She's the first one to speak against it, though.
But she's also she's the last one to jump on board.
Yeah.
But she does. She
wants to be a part of the gang. That's like a thing with them. I think that's part of their character.
Oh, she desperately seeks approval because of all that shit.
Yeah, probably because of her mom.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it was because of her mom because she told her she couldn't be in pageants and shit like that.
Oh, so, that whole mom's dance
number.
Moms
are ugly.
Moms stink. Yeah, it was awful.
Oh, man. So let's see.
I'm alright on this right now.
You getting stoned with your buddy?
I am. I'm getting. Yes.
Let's see, Charles Kelly. Now,
He's dumb.
I figured this one out.
He's so dumb.
I figured this out last night. Okay, so I think he's a masochist. Is what it is. So
I remember you mentioning that when we were talking about it. You're like, yeah, we can talk about how they're fucking egomaniacal. We can talk about how they're psychopathic. We can talk about how they're masochists. And I was like, wait, what? Masochist? Which one?
Yeah. No, I think it's Charles because I'm just gonna call him Charles. It's so professional.
Charlie.
Charles. But no, okay, so let's think about the waitress first off. He's loved this girl since high school.
Yeah, it's definitely a stalker.
And the only girl he even every time someone else they mention hooking him up with another girl, he's like, but I have the waitress. Like, no, you do not. Yeah. And so he likes the rejection. He likes the fact that he's like, a real woman says no to you for 10 years. That's what a real woman does. So when he goes off on that, the rich woman. And so he just used her. That was the only other person you see him with, and he just used her. And then when the waitress actually, I don't know if you saw this far, but run it, spoiler. But he ends up sleeping with the waitress.
Oh, finally?
He turns on her. He's like, doesn't want her anymore. Again, more proof that he just liked the torment of being with her. Secondly, he owns a third of a bar, and for years he had all those shares. And not only did he allow his friends to make him janitor, which is a submissive, like he wanted them to, wanted to be in torment. Yeah. Not only that, he didn't spend his money wisely, obviously. So
he feels like he deserves it.
Yeah,
he does.
Charlie work. He named it that. I'm pretty sure he's the one who did that. It's like he put himself in that janitor position, killing rats and shit. And his apartment, dude, their apartment is so nice. And they all make around the same amount of money. When it was just them three running the bar, they split the money. It showed them splitting the money at times, when they met. So why were they able to afford this nice place and he was fucking eating cat food, like in rags and shit? What was he doing with his money? First off, like spending it on paint to huff and drugs to do. Maybe he was just a really bad drug addict.
God damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. It's like he'd have to be doing something stronger if it was that. But it never showed him doing much more than paint, man. I like this thing that Charlie's doing.
I think I'm just, and it's good. Yeah,
and they just won't belong to them. It's like in the world of darkness. And I miss you, night, man. So bad. Oh shit. So okay. So
you gonna drink those 48 beers by yourself? Oh man,
I drink all the beers. I know people. I drink all the beers. So I really think that's why he chooses to live like that. He chooses to love a girl that won't love him and live in a shitty place and work for his friends instead of being equal because he's a masochist. Right. And anytime anything goes right for him, he doesn't allow it to happen either psychologically or again when you see later when he finally gets with her, he just. His love for her drained.
Right.
It's like because it wasn't torment anymore, and that's what love is to him.
Okay, I'll buy it. I will buy that, Toby. I will give you an A+ on that one. That is good.
That's a good score.
I'll give you the coveted Davvy fist bump. That's a new thing. The coveted Davvy fist bump. You got to work for that.
Oh,
you want that?
I thought fist bumps were just all willy nilly.
No, it is not a sign of friendship. It is a sign of approval.
What do you think about Frank?
Oh, Frank. Let's see. I would also say that he joins Charlie in the masochist role. Definitely, for sure, because he likes to get down there with Charlie. He and Charlie have that stupid, weird connection.
No, under the bridge. We found a bunch of jeans. We split the jeans. We're good guys. We boil all our denim. So yeah, living in squalor.
What is it? We're crab people now.
Yeah, we're crab people. Crabs. Shit, he does like crabs. He's like, can we have one conversation about crabs? Frank, he's a little bit self-destructive. He loves strippers.
Yeah,
and like drinking. Being crazy.
For sure. Well, his life's kind of a lie. So
Yeah, see, after he finds that out, but he was like a businessman for years.
oh, for sure, a drugged up businessman.
Yeah, did a lot of coke and shit.
Continue.
Oh yeah, and he lived in fucking Bolivia or something.
Yeah.
And worked for his brother.
Yeah,
and it was a product tester.
yeah.
Of coke. So
Dynasty.
Yeah, he's had a life, had a hell of a life, but I don't know. Frank seems to be our like one real person out of them. You know?
You think so?
What is he then?
Well, I mean, like he turns in like this first episode he's in.
Yeah.
Like he goes to
the show's about him. Yeah, living in squalor.
Yeah. You dirty, bro. You pooped the bed, bro.
What would his be then? He's just an old guy that wants to be a part of the gang.
Is he senile? So you said you had a theory that that all of them are his.
Oh no, I read that.
Okay,
yeah.
so what is it?
All of them are his pets. That's what it was. So he's the only real one. And let's see, Dennis was the cat, obviously, very self-absorbed. Mac was the dog, very brute, wanted to be a badass, and kind of dumb. And Charlie was the rat. He's like, living in the corners. That's what rats do. And D'Angelo was the bird. Yeah.
Hence,
obviously.
all the bird talk.
Yeah.
And them seeing her as like a live emu.
Yeah, in their memories.
Yeah.
So it's like they would see themselves as people, but her as a bird because they didn't like her. Because they would all want to eat the bird. All those things would want to kill the bird.
Right.
So, I don't know. That's an interesting one.
Ridiculous.
So, you want to bun it?
Cap.
That's 70s. See, they didn't have any good photos of all them together. It's still Seinfeld-esque. There's more.
Alright, so
70s, what we got? So, fucking Eric Dork. I just keep calling people dorks today.
Nerd.
And then playing sports, bro. Can't get off it.
So Eric, I mean, they're all pretty young to have like. I mean, they're all. These are more the archetypes
of man.
Yeah. So you've got the fool, definitely Kelso.
Yeah.
You've got.
He's a sex act. Too,
wait,
though.
no, he would be more the jock.
Yeah.
Kelso would be more the jock. Fez is the fool.
The fool. Okay.
Okay.
So making fun of him.
So we'll go by like you remember Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah.
So basically all those archetypes, because like they've got like a ring of archetypes sort of, and it's like you have like the fool, the jock, like the whore,
the
nerd,
intellectual. Yeah.
The nerd. The virgin.
Yeah. The innocent one?
Yeah.
See, Fez was the virgin, though.
But
was he?
Okay, so who's the fool?
Can the fool be the virgin?
Because so like by the archetypal structure, you'd go. So Jackie would kind of fall into like the vain whore.
Cheerleader slut.
Yeah, but like not necessarily calling her a whore, but like. Just in the vain category. And then you've got... So we can agree that Kelso's the jock.
Okay. The dumb jock.
What is it? Damn, Jackie! It's just cool.
I love Kelso. Like, again, when I grew up, Hyde was my favorite. And
right.
then later, I fell in love with Kelso when I got older because he's just hilarious.
Yeah.
I love him.
I still don't know. I can't watch shows with laugh tracks anymore, really.
These old ones did it.
It kind of drives me insane.
Yeah. The new ones do for me, but for some reason these older shows just...
Don't tell me when to laugh.
They did it right.
Okay, so Kelso's got some sex stuff going on.
Yeah.
He's got some distortion around some sexual behaviors, a little bit of sexual deviancy.
Eric's got some body issues. He's skinny.
Right.
Jackie's loose. And let's see, Hyde has
He's the stoner.
Yeah, well, he has some trauma again, right? Because
for sure, his daddy issues. He's got a black daddy.
And who he thought his dad wasn't him, the guy who's not raised by. And then, yeah, his mom was never there. Always on the road and shit, and left him when he was real young. So he has some traumatic.
Bit of a home bum, a little bit of a rough and tumbler, a little bit of a. He himself kind of bounces around to women a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of all of them do, except for Eric.
Yeah, he's a one-woman man.
And
I'm a one-woman man.
I'm coming to your town, respectfully decline. I'm a one-woman man.
Fez. Let's see. Fez he was foolish, I suppose. He just loved candy.
Well, he's also the foreign, because his name is literally foreign exchange student, which, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Does it ever say his real name?
No.
No, absolutely not. Never. They would never do that. Never in a million years would they do that.
He said his name once, and there was a bunch of noise over it, and it was just really long.
Yeah,
it was when they first met, and he's like, "I'll never remember that. We can call you Fez." Damn.
All right, bro. We need to get this. We need to get them because we're coming up on like 2 hours.
Oh, really?
We're getting there.
Damn.
You were like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to make up enough time. We've had more than enough time.
That's not even okay. So yeah, let's.
We could have not done this one. Oh, so we're done with that one.
No.
All right.
Office. Okay. Damn.
Oh shit. We're still
too
going.
Big. Are we going? I have a few more here if you want to. Or do you want to talk about something else?
Well, we should start kind of wrapping it up. We could do this again.
All right, pause on The Office.
We'll come back to this at a different later date, and you'll never know it was any different whatsoever if you even listen this far into the podcast. Burpity burp.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess we have more to say. We thought about this. Well, it'd be a two-parter. Diagnosing the SARS. Or diagnosing sitcoms.
Diagnosing the what? Diagnosing the who?
Yeah. Well, what you been up to recently?
What have I been up to? I've been watching this show called The Good Place.
Yeah.
Which is really good. And we got to the end of the first season today. And it takes a turn. And Toby, I swear, if you watch it, you'll like it.
Okay.
I swear. It's
I'll probably
funny.
check it out.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I think you'll really like this one. This guy who is up there and is pretending to be like a silent monk, but he's not. He's actually an aspiring failed DJ from Florida.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
That sounds funny.
Yeah, it's good. Other than that, been working on a little bit of music. Yeah, just hanging around, working.
Yeah.
That shit, you know. What have you been doing, Toby? Hello.
Not too much. I haven't had my computer recently, so we'll see about that. But I haven't made much music. I picked up the guitar again. The first time in a while. I fixed that. I needed something.
Yeah.
So I've just been doing some old school picking and singing.
So for the next 30 minutes, Toby and I are going to do an impromptu guitar and vocal jam.
Yeah, all country. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Other than that, dude, I've been thinking a lot about trying to work toward getting a land for a hemp farm.
Yeah.
That I want to start, and
we are doing that.
That's on its first stages, but
we're doing it legally.
A lot about that. Yeah. It's I'm gonna apply and get their go ahead, but that's in the first stages. Just been thinking about stuff like that. And trying to get everything together. But yeah, that's about it. I've been chilling.
Yep. We're gonna try to film some other stuff this week. Get some good shit done and in the can. And yeah, so I guess we're gonna cut it there. And we love you guys. Give it this a 5-star rating and leave us a review Just leave us a review.
Yeah, whatever you think about it.
Yeah.
Just let us know.
Let us know. We love feedback. We don't get any. So hit us up. We're also on Twitter at @TDavvy, or you can search Toby and Davvy. We are also on Facebook at @TDavvy, and you can also just look up Toby and Davvy. So yeah,
let us know what you think. Give us some topic ideas, too. I just want something I wouldn't think of.
What do you guys want us to talk about? Because that would be really interesting to know what you'd enjoy hearing us kind of ramble through and try to figure out. So
it's all part of the fun.
Yeah, get at us. Let us know what's up. But until next time, we are Toby and Davvy.
We have been, and thank you.
Goodbye.
Feeling yellow with Pikachu. Let me take a peek at you. With electric, no fucking roof. Cocaine all yellow with Pikachu. Got the city on fire, call the marshal. I just got a parcel. I never wear the T.